targeting victims back in July of 1982. That's when two boys found the body of a 16-year-old floating in the Green River. 5 more women, young women, were found along a 1-mile stretch of that river.
He would put his right arm around their necks, using his forearm to crush the larynx so hard that they were unable to draw breath and soon lost consciousness. Occasionally, he would also utilize a ligature.
One of the most prolific serial killers in American history, he was charged with the murder of 49 women in a killing cycle that lasted from 1982 to 1998. Dubbed the Green River Killer, he dumped many of the bodies of his victims along the waterway that runs through Washington state.
Sadly, prostitutes are the perfect target for a serial killer. They know the quiet spots and will lead their clients right to them. They generally tend to fly under the radar of society, and so go a long time before they are reported missing.
You can't be a robot in this job. There is no way in the world that you can't get emotionally involved. When you collect bodies day after day, week after week, the visions of those bodies stay in your memory forever.
Most of the bodies would be dumped around the area of Seattle's Green River, near the SeaTac airport. But, to add further insult to the dead women, he would regularly return to his victim's murder site and commit unspeakable acts of necrophilia upon the corpses.
The evidence that we had at that time, none of it would stand alone as far as getting them convicted, but it was leading us in the right direction.
The prime suspect was subjected to a polygraph or lie detector test, but aced it. This is not much of a surprise, however. Polygraph can be an indicator to detect when someone feels guilt, but if that person is somehow incapable of feeling guilt, like a psychopath, the machine is useless.
The semen samples underwent a newly developed DNA testing method and were compared with samples taken from April 1987.
On September 10th, 2001, Reichert received news from the labs.
So Tom, are you trying to tell me that we know who this guy is? It's Gary Ridgway.
Mr. Ridgway, the state has charged you with 48 counts of aggravated murder in the first degree. How do you plead? Guilty.
You're a loser, you're a coward, you're a nobody, you're an animal. I'm angry, I will always be angry. I will never have that closure. I will never have my sister back in my life. You broke my family apart, 20 years. I hope you rot in hell, son of a bitch.
He's an animal. I don't wish for him to die. I wish for him to have a long, suffering, cruel death. I know he feels no remorse. His beady little evil eyes would like to probably choke everyone that's been up here, but you won't have that opportunity this time.
You've made it difficult to live up to what I believe, and that is what God says to do, and that's to forgive. And he doesn't say to forgive just certain people. He says to forgive all. So you are forgiven, sir.
In Seattle today, a man called the Green River Killer has finally confessed to murdering 48 women and girls, making him the most prolific serial killer in American history. His name is Gary Ridgway.
Gary Ridgway killed so many women it took nearly an hour to read all the charges.
I strangled Cynthia Hines to death. Is that your statement, Mr. Ridgway?
Yes, it is.
Is it true?
Yes.
One at a time, Ridgway admitted killing 48 women, usually dumping their bodies in the Green River near Seattle.
I strangled Opal Mills to death. Dolores L. Williams. I strangled Deborah Estes to death.
Yes.
I wanted to kill as many women I thought were prostitutes as I possibly could. Is that true?
Yes. But I thought I was doing you guys a favor. Killing prostitutes here, you guys can't control them, but I can. And so she raised her head up, and that's when I put my arm around her, my right arm, and started choking her. I revisited at least one of them.
And when we say revisit, what did you come back to do?
Have sex with her.
He's like, oh yeah, you know, but then the flies would come and the maggots, and then I'd be like, oh, I don't, you know.
He's gonna go to hell, and that's where he belongs.
I can only hope that someday someone gets the opportunity to choke you unconscious 48 times.
I'm sorry for killing these ladies. They had their whole lives ahead of them. I'm sorry for causing so much pain to so many families.
On a scale of killers from 1 to 10, do you think you're one of the best of all time?
I rate myself as probably number one.
So that's pretty damn good, isn't it?